The following review is going to be on the Transformers Legacy Line Wave 1 figures. Stay tuned. Rodimusbill here, and today I'm going to do something different. I'm going to go over Wave 1 of Transformers' new Legacy Line. I'm going to tell you which ones I like best, which ones I like the least, and what I'm looking forward to. Now, first we're going to start with the core class. Now, you have a repaint of Skywarp. You have the Hot Rod, which is left over from the Kingdom line. And you have Iguanas. Now, the thing with these guys is they each came with a weapon. And what you do is you take all of the weapons, you put them together, and you form one big sword. Now, the sword does have its problems where this peg is too big. See, it's got to be at an angle. They should have cut that peg a little, shaved it down a little. Now, my favorite core class figure is Iguanas. Iguanas is just like a perfect, it's got the right complexity. He looks good in both modes. He's just a very, very cool figure. My least favorite is Hot Rod, and I'm Rodimusbill. Hot Rod, Rodimus Prime is my favorite character. But this guy, I mean, compared to some of the other core class, the Starscream / Skywarp mold, the Optimus mold, this guy he's too dumbed down, and I think they could have done a lot better job with him. And that's coming from a biased Hot Rod fan. And Skywarp, yes, he's a recolor of Starscream, and I wasn't going to get him, but with these new weapons, they got me. I had to get him. So, not much I can do. But, so, out of the core class figures, my favorite is Iguanas. I give him we'll do a 10 out of 10. He's that good. Hot Rod is my least, and I'm going to give him, we'll say 6 out of 10. And Skywarp, we'll do 8, since this is a very good mold, but he didn't come with no null rays, which they all need the null rays. And that is the core class figures. So we'll put these guys back. Next, we're going to take a look at the deluxe figures. We've got Kickback. Oops. We've got Dragstrip, part of the new Stunticons. We've got Skids, and we've got Prime Arcee. So, what we got is Prime Universe G1, G1, G1. Out of these, I think my favorite, oh boy, well, my least is Skids. I think the transformation is too basic, and I think they took a step back with Skids. Arcee, I have a problem with the transformation. She's very, very hard if you don't do it a certain way. Kickback, he's basic too. Compared to the prior, like Titans Return version, the arms are very basic. He's a basic, simple transformation, but I think it works for him. And Dragstrip, they do have some leeway. These things look funny, and he's got no paint. Or they could have put decals or something on his legs. So I think my favorite out of this batch, we're going to go with Dragstrip, then Kickback, then Arcee, then Skids. And let's just look at, I didn't even look at all the figures in the core class. So we're just going to look at Arcee figure. She's pretty good, and I have reviews on everything here, so if you want to look at them, just click below on the playlists, and you could see them all here. So there's Skids, there's Kickback, he's my newest one, his review's going up now, and then Dragstrip, which, look at that, no backpack whatsoever, due to the fact that you take them apart to form Menasor. Now for grades, we'll give him an 8 due to lack of paint color or any design. We'll give him we'll give him a 9. I like Kickback. Skids, we'll give a 6. There's nothing really wrong with him, but he's just way too basic. And Arcee, even though her transformation is hard, I'm going to give her an 8. You know I called him my favorite, but I just like her in robot mode and motorcycle mode, and the problem is just getting her in those molds. So that is my review of the deluxe classes. Now we're going to look at the Voyager. Now this is actually a Kingdom Voyager blaster, but I think he belongs in this new he belongs in the new Legacy line, because Legacy is all about clear blue Energon, and just the fact that EJECT is all clear blue makes this guy part of the Energon or the Legacy line. Now, first we'll look at Blaster. I love this figure. I mean, the way they have the finger pointed out. You can have him. Whoops. You can have him eject the thing. His rifle is very G1 accurate. They got some detailing in there. I love the way they have the fake speakers. I mean, the way they cover back his head. Blaster is my favorite out of all the Wave 1. And EJECT, I'm glad we're finally getting Blaster's cassettes. I hope they bring out Rewind, Steeljaw, and Ramhorn. Yeah, now for Bulkhead. The only problem I have with Bulkhead is transforming them. The way you got to do all these back, and you have this a certain way, and these pop out all the time, it's just very cumbersome, because you got to get these exactly right or they won't go in. Besides that, he doesn't quite look like Bulkhead from the original Transformers Prime. I know they're trying to G1-ish, but he could have looked a little better. I mean, robot mode, he's really good. In vehicle mode, I like him too. But it's just his transformation, like the whole square chest piece, and the way he transforms with all these pieces, it's very tricky, and sometimes you have a problem transforming him, and it's just, he's very cumbersome. No, Blaster, brand new mold, nothing to do with Soundwave. I mean, he's got the G1 look. Blaster is a perfect 10 for 10. You got the finger, you got his weapon. So Blaster is my favorite Voyager. And like I said, Blaster, I'd give him 11 if I could, but right now I'm giving a 10 out of 10. And Bulkhead, I'm going to give him a 7. Just because the way he transforms. He's got these 2 fake wheels, which makes no sense. They don't do nothing either in robot mode or vehicle mode. I guess it's a throwback to the Transformers Prime. But I'm going to give this guy a 7. The way he transforms is just too cumbersome with the back. And if you have this guy, you know what I mean. And Blaster is just perfect. I have no complaints with Blaster. Even EJECT, the see-through blue. What are you going to do? Alright, and that is the Voyager figures of Wave 1 Legacy. Now, for the leader class. Again, this is not my Galvatron from Legacy. This is my Kingdom Galvatron, but I love this figure. I mean, the only difference is there's no battle damage, which actually I like it with no battle damage. And this Prime is a new mold from the waist down. He's Earthrise Prime, which, you know, you can tell with the gas things and stuff, but you know, my complaint with the Earthrise Prime is you don't do much with his legs. But other than that, this guy is a great mold. Let's look at Prime first. Well, it comes with his oil tanker battle station, and this is pretty cool. It's got plenty of 5mm ports for weaponry. It's got these 2 ports right here. You put the sword. You can store the sword in here. So if you want to keep this guy in Vehicle mode, that's good storage there. And the axe, the storage is right here in this little H. So, whoops. You know, that's how this guy's storage. It's got a little arm to repair bay in it, and when you're not using them as a repair bay, what you do is you close it up, and he's an oil tanker. And my biggest regret in the previous line is I got the Netflix Optimus Prime because I can never find the Leader Class Prime, and then I never got a trailer. And this trailer is just amazing. And look at the detail. I mean, everything is so detailed. And you can even take this off. And again, 5mm port. So, you know, you could stick them anywhere. You can do... And these are all Blast compatible. Oops, wrong one. See, they're all Blast compatible. And a lot of these figures are modulator compatible, fossilizers, or weaponizers. And so that is a thing. And this Optimus, I mean, I wasn't getting him at first, but then the more reviews I saw, I loved him. Yeah, he's got only this for a backpack, but they even add this little piece so it's not hollow. Like I said, he's got the Earthrise legs, but he's got his own matrix, and it's not a redo of a matrix. This one is more flatter and taller, and before it has a problem of coming out when you don't want it to go, and when you want it to go, it doesn't come out. It's a whole different matrix. The other one's a lot skinnier and longer, so it's a new matrix. I don't even know if G2 had a matrix. You know, the face sculpt's pretty good. I think he's got an extra you know, thing right there. Little things like these open up, and all these things are compatible. Oh, these are compatible with blast effects. You know, and it's just, they're just like little bombs. So on this Prime, he's pretty cool. I mean, yeah, you can't really move his, you can't look at arms, but I mean, even the articulation's not that bad. But this is part of the design, so I can't complain. You know, it's got Earthrise legs, but everything else is a new mold. He's got that Bayverse flame scheme on. So there is Prime and Galvatron. If they don't have a Studio Series Galvatron, this is it. Just like Blaster's in the Kingdom and Legacy line, but Blaster could easily be in the Studio Series 86 line. This Galvatron, I mean, this is pure movie Galvatron, from the head to his abdomens. Yeah, I know these are the wrong arms I got on mine. You can tell these are taller than this, and they did fix that with the Legacy line, but I was going to pay $52 just to get the arm, the shoulder fix, and the no paint apps. But this guy, I mean, is awesome. Yeah, these guns are extra, but they had to justify the leader price because he's a Voyager size, really. But I mean, this is pure right out of the movie Galvatron. I think these both are going to be 10s. 10 for Galvatron, 10 for Optimus Prime. And let's just get these out here. You know, he's just a solid 10. And even they had the gall, even with, see it like that? Because when you put them in, but you can even put it like this, so it stands up on its own. So, I mean, I think they're really, and you can put these things together. So I'm going to call these 10 out of 10. And it's got the new cool weapon where you can combine these two. And it's even got the open hands. Whoops, there's Galvatron. There you go. So these guys are 10s. So overall, I think my favorite out of this whole entire line is going to be that Blaster. I mean, it's just, I've always wanted a Blaster. You know, I've got the G1 reissue and I got the Titans Return. but this blaster is perfect. So my best one out of all would be Blaster. And the worst one out of all is surprisingly Hot Rod. It's just due to the level that Hasbro established with the core class Optimus, core class Starscream, and Skywarp mode. Due to the complexity of the core class, I think this guy is a big step back. But other than that, there is my review of Legacy Wave 1. So you got 3 core class, 4 Deluxes, 2 Voyagers, and 2 leader classes. And you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Decepticons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Autobots. So it's a pretty good mix. And I can't wait for the new Legacy Wave 2. I can't wait for the Stunticons, and I already pre-ordered my Motor Master. Alright, so if you like this video, please like, subscribe, turn on your notifications. I've got a playlist. I'll have you link below. I've done reviews on everything now. If you want to get these, I have links through Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store and Amazon. Feel free to click on them. Go back and watch all my reviews since we're in the middle of Wave 1 and Wave 2. That helps me a lot with viewership, hours, and all that good stuff on YouTube. And that's about it. So goodbye, Legacy Wave 1. Bring on Legacy Wave 2. Rodimusbill out.